Alright, YouTube, welcome to another edition of Home Edition. Alright, as you can see, my bike, nice green and black. And as you can see, oh, look at that, an oil pan. You might ask, what am I doing? Well, YouTubians, subscribers, the average gent and ladies, I'm gonna do an oil change. My first ever oil change on this bike. And the odometer, no, that's a clock. Odometer 594, almost 600. It's close enough for me. And oil filter right here. Right here's the oil filter. So it's in the middle of the bike. Right there. Not too bad of a location. At least you don't have to take off any of the fairings. Let me say again, the fairings. Because the other bikes, you gotta take off the fairings. You see what I'm telling you? That means it's an easy job. You don't have to spend a long period of time taking off the fairings, worrying about if you're going to damage them, sending them down. Definitely don't want to scratch the 53. I need to do another video on that. And I'm going to do clean the rims because it's kind of bad. I'm going to be doing cleaning the chain too, another video. So the drain bolt is down here on the same side right there. It is a 17 millimeter. Almost said milliliter. So here's the tools you're gonna need. This thing, I'm gonna try out this. I've never tried out one before. It wraps around the oil filter, and this is a huge daggone whatchamacallit, so I'm getting a huge daggone wrench thingy. I'm gonna apply that sucker loose. Now, I'm loosening these, yes, good idea, but if you're the new oil filter, you never want to do tool tightening them. I'll explain the reason why later. 17 millimeter. I always like that sound. Alright, these are the tools you need. I will show you. Stay tuned. Hello, YouTubians. Quick little thing that I discovered when trying to take off the stock oil filter that came to the factory. This thing, the strap did not really work as well as I hoped. It actually dented the oil filter, so this was not budging. It actually dented it, so I'm hoping it's not damaged because I haven't checked it yet. But I had to use these jaws to unclamp it. You can see I put some things around it. You can't really see it, but I'll show you. But it dented it pretty bad, so I put some tinfoil down and some paper towels so that it will absorb the oil, so I don't want any excess oil. That's a good idea. So just wanted a little update on the tools. This worked perfectly good. Of course, I had to position it just right so it would do so. Basically like this. I had to do that there, but very easy, common to do, not too hard. But the next oil change I will definitely try this first to see if it was just because it was a factory oil filter, it was stuck on so hard that this didn't work. So I'm going to be doing this one again on my next oil change just to try it out as a better review. But I would recommend just getting the hard aluminum case that goes over the filter. that'd do the job any day. So I'll probably get one of those too if that doesn't work. Do a review on both of them. That's just a quick thing. So I'm gonna show you the oil change, and stay tuned. Alright, YouTube. So this is rainbow. That's already leaking. So I already loosened this with a 17mm, and I'm just gonna. And it doesn't. The speed doesn't really matter, but I'm gonna try to get all the parts in one. And I recommend wearing gloves because it's a lot cleaner. Just common sense. A lot of people don't. And stuff like this is also carcinogenic, so it's gonna come out like that. Look at that, I still have the drain bolt. It's gonna come out all chocolate covered. So you want to do that. Leave this alone for a little while. I also did warm this up, so it's all warmed up. It's gonna go slow. Well, it's gonna go faster. And we're going to go for the next segment.
Go.
Alright, make sure this is the oil cap. Unscrew it. This also helps to drain it faster. Just puts the air in. So you want to unscrew that. Keep this in a clean environment because this is a very sensitive thing. So we're going to come around here. Ready?
Yeah.
Alright, here's the oil filter. We're just going to come on here. And I'm going to make sure I have some paper towels handy because I do not want any extra oil on my bike at all. It's messy. Y'all know this. So, counterclockwise to loosen it, which is lefty loosey, righty tighty. So just remember that. Of course, these gloves are all oil. This is perfect. You can see the dent right there, a big ass dent. Actually, these dents are helping me. I got a couple dents from the claw thing, and it's actually helping me twist it, surprisingly. Now, you can use your regular hands. Alright, so that's what these dents are. And you know, while you're doing this, it's always good to do this last. Let this drain out as good as you can. The more it drains out, the better it is. You really don't need to wear gloves at this point to unscrew this because the oil on these gloves, they reuse these gloves so they're slippery. But this is a pain in the rear. Is that out? Yeah, it's out. Shit. You definitely don't want to do that. Oh shit. Alright, there's a puddle of oil that came out. This is why it's good to have paper towels, so I also use tinfoil to help in it. And I wanted to show you how I told you that strap tool. That's how I tried to do that strap tool, and this is how it came out. Very highly dented. I'm glad it didn't damage this part. So if you do decide to use it, it's not gonna wreck the steel right here. It's not gonna touch it. So that's a good note. And the claws right here. This is from the claws I told you about. It was actually a pain in the rear because the claws is kind of interrupted right here, so it was a pain in the rear after I had this big dent. So you clean this out. I had a big puddle of oil. Okay. So paper towels is a must over here. So like I said, just let this drain out as best as you can. If you don't have a rear stand, don't let it just drain out tilted. On my old bike, I would before I had a rear stand. Well, you don't even actually have to have a rear stand to change the oil. To be honest with you, but if you don't or decide not to use one, you can even sit on the bike and just tilt, a little bit forward just to drain the oil a little bit out. Especially if your oil filter is down here, not like mine, it's up here. So just a quick tip on if you have a bike like that. So I am going to get this new oil filter on. I'll be right back. I'll give you the word on how to do it. So, alright, so this is the new filter. It has lube already on it, but I'm just going to show you anyway. It don't matter. You can take your old oil, or some people just do new oil, but old oil will suffice. A lot of people just do the old one. You want to do it around the seal, like this, like a wine thingy. I also do around this screw thing too. It helps. What I also recommend is using your hand to tighten it, and make sure there's no oil never have oil when you're screwing this, or it's going to be harder to screw in. So, righty tighty, lefty loosey. This is also my first time doing it, so. Why is it not screwing in? Let's see, alright. Get this glove off and I'll show you how it's done. There we go. I can't get that. Oh wow. It's screwed right in. Alright. So tip, you never want to tool tighten this, because it can cause leaks. So tighten it with your hands. Oh, see, it wasn't. I knew it was too easy to. This thing's a pain in the rear. Okay. Never tool tighten this. If you see other videos doing it, don't do it, because it can compromise the seal of the oil filter, and it can leak, and you do not want a leaking oil filter. So that's very bad. I've always hand tightened these and they've never come off, so don't be afraid to not use a tool. This one is not too bad. Alright. When you can't feel it won't come out. You did a good job. See, I can wind it up a little bit, and I just tighten. It'll still, and definitely be careful with this, because I kind of scratched. Oh no, okay, never mind. I scratched my frame thing a little bit. So even if you can loosen it up with your hands right now, you'll still get a good seal down. So. Oh shit. You ready? Oh crap. Alright, so we got to the drain bolt. We had just tightened up the oil filter, and since my bike is so perfect with oil changes, the headers don't impede the drain bolt, so I don't have to clean up the headers. You don't have to do anything with the headers. This oil change is simple on this bike. So, drain bolt with the washer. Some people change this washer. I don't see any reason why to change it, to be honest with you. No. So, wipe this off a little bit. It's still dripping, but not like it was before, so clean it. Oh, it's already stupid Alright, righty tighty, lefty loosey. Of course, if in Europe, it's the opposite. Just kidding. At least I don't know, actually. I don't know about that. Of course, toilets drain on the opposite side in Japan, and when you're in the equator, they do a different thing. So do this with your hands, or you can do a tool. It don't matter. You want just enough, okay. You also want to torque it. Now, I don't know what the torque spec is because I ain't mechanic, but move this out of the way a little bit. Torque it. Just torque it to where you feel it won't come out, but not too tight, because this is also aluminum and you don't want to. That's very bad. So just alright. Just enough where it won't come out. You know it won't come out. So we will now add the oil to a motorcycle. You definitely don't want to forget this. So stay tuned. Alright, YouTube. We're ready to put the oil in. You want to have a funnel. Make sure you wash it first so you get all the dirt off, or grime. Put it in there like so. And I got good old Kawasaki performance oil. Make sure 10W40 4-stroke engine. This oil is actually cheaper than my other motorcycle's 2-stroke engine. It was quite nice actually. Smells like oil. So, quick tip is tilt it like this so it doesn't all, see, it's gonna do, well, it doesn't matter actually. Drain it. I actually don't know how much oil it takes. I believe 3 quarts. I'll have to find out. This is the I'll just drain it like so. Alright, YouTube, after you get all your oil done, you want to, of course, screw in the cap, run it for a little bit so you can get the oil in the oil filter, and then you want to add more to it so that window would indicate the appropriate level. But from a YouTube viewer, alright, it takes about 3.5 quarts. So at the dealership there was actually a gallon, so I should have bought the gallon instead. It would have been $1 cheaper. So when you're getting your own oil for this bike, it's gonna take around 3.5 quarts. So you want to buy 4 quarts of oil just to be on the safe side, or that gallon. I'm gonna buy that gallon next time because it's cheaper. So that's a quick pro quote. I can't start it for you because there's not enough oil in there. So I've done it. So my screw up is your gain, because so please look for my other videos coming soon, and I hope you like this oil change video. My next video will be coming soon, so stay tuned. This is Shift Light, and peace out. And I hope you enjoyed my video on the 2014 oil change.